Yeah, welcome back to Wanies Academy. Today in our biology class, we shall be treating the topic active transport. We will be able to define active transport. We will be able to explain the characteristics of active transport. And we will be able to state the importance of active transport to living organism, the importance of active transport to a living cell. Active transport is the movement of molecules or ions across a cell membrane against a concentration gradient, and it requires energy to carry out such process. Active transport can be seen in the process of diffusion and osmosis, which are the two processes that allow for the movement of ions or molecules around the body of living tissue. Of course, we know diffusion is the movement of molecules from a concentration, higher concentration to that of lower concentration. While in osmosis, materials or liquid substances move from a region of lower concentration to that of higher concentration, or from a region of higher to that of lower concentration through the use of a selectively permeable membrane. So there's a barrier to the movement of molecules in active transport caused by a selectively permeable membrane. Of course, the selectively permeable membrane will allow for some materials to enter the living cell or tissue. It will also disallow for other materials to enter or leave the body of living tissues. Of course, it enables stability and the health of the cell. Now let's see the types of active transport. We have primary active transport. This uses ATP directly to transport molecules. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. ATP is produced at the process of respiration. Is a form of energy that is the end product of respiration, where glucose is burnt in active air to give carbon dioxide, water, and energy. The energy produced is ATP stored in the cells to carry out various activities in the cell. Secondary active transport also uses energy when molecules of materials or when there is a movement of molecule from one area to the other in means of transporting materials around the body of living tissue. So we have primary active transport and secondary active transport. Of course, they both use energy to carry out the movement of molecules. Let's see some key characteristics of active transport. Don't forget, as active transport enables the movement of molecules, ions, from one place to another in the body of living tissue. The first characteristic we talk about is energy requirements. Active transport requires energy. It requires energy to move molecules around the body of organisms. And this energy is often in form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, produced at the end of respiration. It also needs a concentration gradient. For active transport to move, it must move against a concentration gradient. So molecules or ions are transported from one area to the other from a low concentration to a higher concentration. That is actively noticed in diffusion, where molecules move from a region of higher concentration to low concentration, or from a region of low concentration to higher concentration. Let's see some examples of active transport. Active transport is seen in sodium-potassium pump. Sodium-potassium has to do with the movement of what? Ions in the transport of materials, especially when it has to do with the nerve cell, where we have positive potassium ions and negative sodium ions. It allows for the movement of electrical impulses around the body for information or messages to be transmitted amongst nerve cells. We also have nutrient absorption. This involves the movement of nutrients such as glucose and amino acids in the gut during digestion. We have some importance of active transport in living tissues, including maintaining cellular homeostasis. Homeostasis is a process where a steady and constant internal environment is maintained in the body of living tissues or living organisms. So active transport helps to maintain cellular homeostasis. It maintains a balance in ions and molecules within the cells of living organisms during homeostasis. It also involves the support of cellular function, where some processes are carried out in the cells, including nerve impulses that I explained earlier and muscle contraction. Nerve impulses involve the movement of electrical stimulus or impulses, which is as a result of active transport. Active transport can be applied in medicine because the understanding of active transport will enable the scientist or the specialist understand certain diseases, how they move around, and how treatment or control measures can be taken. Active transport is also used in biological research, where crucial role of some biological processes is noticed, and where important functions or activities are carried out in the body of living organisms through biological research. Active transport in whole is important for the movement of materials, movement of ions and molecules around the body of living organism through a concentration gradient. And energy is also very, very essential for materials to move actively around the body of living tissues. I hope you've enjoyed the class. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Bye.